It's almost 11 p.m. Situation is fine. Let's see how this goes. All right, pretty dark, but we're queued outside the arena. I would say there's 7 lanes in front of us. Security is over there. And then we should be moving into Hall E. Okay, y'all. We've made it through security. What time is it?
11:38.
All right. Got my blankets in. So that's solid.
First season.
Should be headed to Hall E. There's a lot more energy right now in this arena than there was at 8 o'clock this morning. I just said good morning. That was a mistake. I haven't slept yet. I got way too close to y'all.
Let's hope there's still some gold spots left, sweetie. I said, let's hope so.
There better be!
I know.
It's anxiety, but in a different way than I manifest
Have
anxiety.
you ever heard us say that you and I have more in common than she had?
That's absolutely. Karen decides to say 2 seconds before we get into this thing. What if there's not spots left? Let's hope there are. If there aren't, I'm going to the hotel. Me too. No, you're taking the spot. I'm not. No.
I'll go back.
My tripod's crooked again.
I
need. Don't scare me, Karen. Oh my god, now I'm. Update just past midnight. And we made it. We have wristbands. So, we're gonna wait a minute to put out the thingy-mabobs. Okay, it's 6 a.m. Once again, very cold. And they play movies on these screens, but they're very, 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 very loud. I have this camping mat, and at 1 o'clock some guy came over and said to deflate it because it is a fire hazard, which that's fine, but so is that, so is that, so just saying. I'm probably gonna try to go to the bathroom and get coffee because I got nothing else to do for 4 hours. Hello from my Morgan with some makeup on. It is 8:40 in the morning and the panel I believe starts at 10 this morning, so we've been given the little baggies to put our phones in. I'm going to put the camera in there as well, so this might be the last time I update until after the panel. Here's the current situation in Iowa. The studios panel just ended, the one we stayed overnight for. Keep that in mind. I have been here since 11 o'clock last night. It's about 12:30, so the panel was about 2.5 hours, and there's so much that happened. We weren't allowed to have our phones or cameras out during it, which is nice because you just kind of take it all in. But I'm sure by the time this airs up, even now, all the news has been released. The video clips probably aren't all going to be released. Like at the last Expo, Wreck-It Ralph, a clip was released for that and never went out to the public. So you do get a couple of sneak peeks with the studios panel, but what was interesting this year is that they did not have an animation panel. They combined them. So you heard from all different studios. You got, you have Marvel, Lucasfilm, Walt Disney Studios, like live action Disney movies, and then you have Pixar and Walt Disney Animation. They actually started off with the Lucasfilm and did Rise of Skywalker. They brought out most of the cast on stage, if not all the cast, including Daisy Ridley, John Boyega, Oscar Isaac. Actually not Adam Driver, who was not there, but we got to see a few clips. They still did not give us a new trailer, just a little kind of sneak peeks. And there was a very interesting scene at the very end with Daisy Ridley future me with messy bun and pajamas on back in the hotel room. But wanted to mention something about live action or the studios panel that I forgot. Oh, and right off the bat, Kevin Feige introduced Black Panther 2 coming out in 2022, I think? May 2022? Yes, that is correct. Don't know how I forgot that. And then they made their way to live action films and talked about Jungle Cruise, huge production with not announcing, but bringing out Dwayne The Rock Johnson and Emily Blunt. They showed two kinds of different trailers for them. One was Emily Blunt's version, one was The Rock's version. So it was cute. They have a really good chemistry. It's going to be a great film. They're even going to make, of course, jokes and references to a Jungle Cruise. And then they also talked about Maleficent, which actually they showed us a large clip for that movie, and it looks really good. I liked the first one. I don't know if they'll say in theaters the new one that comes out in October, but we'll definitely rent it and give it a look. But Angelina Jolie came out for that along with Elle Fanning, I think, and Michelle Pfeiffer, and Chiwetel Ejiofor, I think. I might be getting films mixed up, but I think he came out as one of Maleficent's brethren. So after Maleficent, they announced another villain movie coming out, Cruella, which stars Emma Stone and Emma Thompson. And Emma Stone is Cruella. I don't know how Emma Thompson plays into that. I'm pretty sure I skipped over Mulan, which I don't know why I did that. Must have escaped my mind. But we got to see a really long clip from that as well, and it was so good. Like, I loved Mulan as a kid. Obviously, we know this one's not going to be musical. It's much more accurate historically, I guess you could say, and culturally. But the clip was really good, and I'm very excited to see that in March. And then we did Pixar, which one of my favorite parts. I always like going to the animation panel, so this was a really fun part of this panel for me. Obviously, I love Marvel, Lucasfilm, so those are all fun parts. But for Pixar, they focused on Soul and Onward, and Soul is a very interesting concept. I would just say Google it and see things about it. Hopefully there's some information on the backstory. But the cast is really great. It's Jamie Foxx as the main character, and then there's also Tina Fey. She's like the secondary kind of character in the film. And then there's Alicia Rashad and Questlove from Jimmy Fallon and Daveed Diggs. Yes, my memory is actually a lot better than I thought once I go through it in time order, or chronological order. So it's awesome to see Daveed Diggs because I love Hamilton, so that was fun to see him. And then probably the highlight to my entire panel, they did Onward. And not only does the story look really cool and the animation and the idea of it look really awesome, but there is, of course, a great cast. There is Chris Pratt and Tom Holland and Julia Louis-Dreyfus, and all three of them came out on stage. And with the news of Spider-Man kind of in limbo this week with Sony, it was really cool to see Tom Holland still at the expo and representing, and he even kind of was like, I know it's been a crazy week, but still love you 3000, so that was really cool to see. They showed us a really good clip of the film. I think it was like 8 minutes long, and that gave us an idea of the plot. They were looking to find their dad in a way. It's based off one of the directors or producers, I think directors, kind of his own life. He never knew his dad, so he had a lot of questions about it. And this is actually a film they announced last expo, so it's great to see them following through with the film they announced, because that has not always happened. After Pixar, finally we got to Walt Disney Animation, and they announced Raya, which has Awkwafina and Cassie Steele. It's Raya and the Last Dragon, and they showed us some really good clips of that. It's the first I've ever heard of this, and it's coming out next Thanksgiving 2020. So I love Awkwafina, so it's cool to see her. I want to say other people came out, but I'm not sure. Thanksgiving 2020 is when Raya and the Last Dragon comes out, and the animation looked amazing on that. And I love Cassie Steele from Degrassi, and Awkwafina obviously from Crazy Rich Asians and now The Farewell. And lastly, they did Frozen 2, of course. I'm actually kind of surprised they ended on Frozen 2 and didn't end with like Marvel or Lucasfilm. It was a great way to end the panel actually, because they released a couple different clips, really lengthy scenes from the movie, including And another thing I failed to mention, during Frozen 2, they brought out a couple additional voices to the cast. One is Evan Rachel Wood from Westworld, will be the mother of Anna and Elsa in flashbacks, or a brief flashback, and she does have a song, and we got to see part of that. And then also Sterling K. Brown from This Is Us. I don't remember exactly the context of his character, but he is voicing one of the characters in Frozen 2. And for the grand finale, they had all of them come out and sing one of the songs from the film. So it was Kristen Bell, Josh Gad, Jonathan Groff, love him, and of course Idina Menzel. So that was a great way to end the panel in a very Disney way, and I know a lot of people are Frozen fans. So overall, crazy 2.5 hours. I would say worth the overnight. Obviously not the most comfortable night on concrete, but we did it and I enjoyed the whole panel. It was great to be in that room. Super great energy, as a lot of the actors, directors, and producers commented on. It's very unique, and it's every other year. So if I make it out here, I'm gonna make the most of it. But right now, I'm gonna explore the showroom floor because I have not done anything except for go to Mickey's of Glendale and get the shirt yesterday. Epcot logo. So we'll hear some parking announcements tomorrow. But I'm gonna go explore some show floor exhibits and vendors before I crash because I only got like 4 or 5 hours of sleep last night. Oh, last thing, they gave us some posters. I've already rolled mine up. I think it's Onward, Frozen, and Last Jedi. Or not Last Jedi, Rise of the Skywalker. I'm gonna explore things. I don't know how much I'll film because I have a couple bags and it's very crowded and I'm kind of tired and just want to take it all in. So there might not be much more day 2 footage, but I hope this gave y'all a good idea of what all happened during live action or animation or whatever we're calling this, the studio's Holland D23 presentation. This isn't going to go up for a while, so it's probably dead news, but at least I can look back on it and remember what all I saw. It was great. Didn't get to film anything, but got to see it with my own eyes and really just be in the moment. So, alright, I'm going to go around the show floor for now. Okay, I only made it like a couple yards before I saw this booth and wanted to show y'all. The game Villainous has its own booth here, and I'm like fascinated by this. I'm not like a game person, but I love the villains. I've always wanted to buy this board game, but it's a little pricey because it is a board game, but very cool. Finally, this is the Parks Imagineering section for this year's Expo. It is all, from what I understand, well, it looks like it's all the parks, but there is a lot of Epcot as well as a model of the Star Wars experience that's coming. So far I've heard it's not quite a resort, it's more of an experience, but it looks like there's an Avengers Campus Pavilion. And then there's a model of the Hong Kong Disneyland Castle, because they are revamping that, kind of expanding on it from the standard Sleeping Beauty Castle. It's a 1 to 50 scale, so probably gonna be big. I'm sure we will hear a lot more detail about the Epcot transformation tomorrow. I know we got some concept art back 2 years ago for the overall park, but I'm sure we'll get more details. I don't even know if we've gotten any Epcot Forever details. I know obviously Illuminations is leaving us soon, which I love that show, but it is time for a refresh. And then Skyliners were announced last Expo, and they're opening in a little over a month. At first, I wasn't sure how I felt about it. Hopefully they're comfortable. It's a cool concept, I guess, and hopefully it's efficient and a good way to go back and forth from parks and resorts. Looks like Tokyo Disneyland is getting a couple updates, which I was unaware about. Nothing super major. Looks like an alien swirling saucer kind of ride with Baymax, which is fun. VR Guest looks like, and a couple other experiences. But this part, I'm surprised there's not a queue to get over here, but I'm excited because usually there's a queue to get into the dioramas, but there's not, which I love because I'm tired of waiting for things. But here's some new posters which have been plastered all over Twitter, Instagram, Facebook for the past couple days anyways, but love the style. Love the test track one. I've never noticed that before. Actually, most of these have not been posted from what I've seen, but love the Millennium Celebration, Guardians of the Galaxy, it's new, coming soon. Play Pavilion's coming, Test Track, Remy's, Mission Space, Maelstrom, Wonders of Life, all fun. There's surprise reveal for Sunday. World of Motion is a throwback, but it is fun to see. There's a few different aspects of this pavilion, but it is a lot Epcot, which I'm Orlando. That's kind of my home park. I don't live near there, but that's where I visited most and grew up with. So it's cool to see a pavilion for the parks focusing on Epcot. I know we've had Galaxy's Edge in the past, which is cool, but it was very simple. Like I know in the past we've had, the first expo I went to was the Shanghai Pavilion, which is really cool and technologically advanced, but not something I've even been able to go to yet and probably won't for a while. Epcot's somewhere I go to at least once a year. It's the park I grew up with, so it's cool to see a pavilion focusing on that. Looks like here's a little like concept art for Epcot Forever. I love me some movie tie-ins and projection screens. Fantastic and World of Color are probably my favorite nighttime spectaculars. Look at Hercules! And those look very similar to this. Pocahontas, yes! They have this fun diorama. At first I thought it was like they were building a mountain in Epcot. That's not what they're doing. They have different little aspects of what they're adding, it looks like. Obviously this is Guardians. They're bringing back the old symbols, making them more prominent. Loving the colors. That looks like that's an Imagination Pavilion, so maybe they're changing some things with that. Obviously, they've already taken down the Leave a Legacy monoliths in front of the park to change the entry, so that'll be a main change. Here's some throwback concept art for Epcot. Here's some more posters, one to be revealed tomorrow. And then we've got some throwbacks like Horizons. We've got a new Journey of Water Moana attraction coming. We have the Seas and Turtle Chocolate Crush, which I assume that means they're staying, but you never know because you've got Horizons up here too. Love some Three Amigos or Three Caballeros. Oops. And obviously Illuminations with the fireworks spectacular that will replace it. Then finally they have some Tron and Minion Mickey's Runaway Railway displays over here, which I'm excited about Tron. I feel like I've seen more progress with that in the last 2 years than I have with Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. They announced that back in 2017 and have not opened it yet. So, and they just didn't have to build anything on the outside. It was just interior. So obviously it'll be very technologically advanced, and maybe that's the holdup. But this is the Parks Pavilion. This is probably my favorite like Imagineering Parks Pavilion they've had since I've been coming to the Expo. I like it a lot. It's very open, but also exciting. Entered the Avengers Campus Pavilion off of the Imagineering Pavilion, and it has a great piece of concept art from Imagineering. Shows the Guardians of the Galaxy here to give you some perspective. This is going where Bugs Life Land used to be. Looks like we have some Doctor Strange over here. And some Spider-Man, of course, which quite sure. But I think I'll go around the other side because they usually do some cool presentations over here. I've gotten distracted by socks now. I wonder if Steven will want a pair. Awkward, Marvel, Spider-Man. Alright, this is the queue at about 1 o'clock, I think, for Dream Store. We have a store pass tonight and tomorrow, like midday for this. This is where you get like Expo merch. Oh my gosh, an espresso. I might need that, or I might just get a Starbucks later. I don't know. I don't know if I'll make it till 5:45 tonight for this, so maybe tomorrow. It's just wild because I was just walking through the show floor and saw Sarah Sterling and oh yeah, apparel / oh yeah, Disney, Scott and Emily, and then Magic and Wishes, who I follow on Instagram. And then Sarah and Scott and Emily were talking to each other. Something wild is going on at Marvel. Let's see, but it's just cool to see everyone on the show floor. Hoping I find Tim Tracker. I've always been a fan of Lou Mangello, so he has a booth, and I've seen him a couple times, but I might go say hello. I want to say the Marvel Studios booth is more open this year. There's some more signage, but not as many displays on this side, so there's more space. I can't tell if it's just full in there or not, but I also don't know what this queue is for either. So Aioli Carvalho, I don't know if I'm saying that right, she's signing autographs. It's Moana. And what do you know? Prince Kogi is over here on the show floor. So you see all kinds of people. I love your Instagram. Thank you. Actually, the Music Emporium's a little better laid out, I think, this year. It might be bigger. They have lots of record players and records. Apparently there's like a freeform Disney Channel booth. And there's like almost the entire cast of Ronin. Oh, it's so cool. I love them. Actually, it looks like it's a combo. Black dish, grown dish, and mixed dish. But Haley will be the new Ariel. Love it. And there's a better look at Moana. So far, I think that the show floor has definitely been improved since the last expo. There's more things I've found more interesting, and the vendors are more like legitimate and licensed than before. I haven't made it over to the Emporium, but that is for like vintage and collectible items, so that's where that'll be, but I like it so far. I don't know if this is old merch from shows or if they're selling this somewhere. I don't know. Oh, they are selling this somewhere. That's dangerous. Center stage is more in the corner by the arena this year. And this is where stage pass queuing was last year, like for pickup when they did it like in person, but a little more relaxed because it was in the center at the last expo, like over there, so it got very congested right next to Marvel.
We have something for
But it's a nice place to sit down and chill. So there's center stage and the queue for arena, and then the Emporium, and WDW Radio and MEI and Mouse Stand Travel have a booth right here, prime spot. So I might go say hi. Wow, lots of balloons this year. Got Rocket, Spider-Man, a bunch of other little things. Alright, they are busy.
The
Emporium like dinner with my parents, like with
a little
every
busier,
girlfriend.
which is cool, but a little more chaotic. It requires more energy to sort through. So I may do that tomorrow after parks. I know that I may lose out on some things. Maybe I'll do a quick sweep through. I'm not going to search for pens. To be honest, haven't even touched the pens I bought last expo. unfortunately, but oh, there's a whole pen trading corner. That's fun. But yeah, I'm gonna make a run through of the Emporium area because I'm carrying a bag, it's heavy, and I want to go rest. So I'm gonna check this out for a little bit and then head back to the hotel. Y'all, I do not need any more knickknacks, but they're all here. I'm pretty sure I had that as a child, actually. That's why it's $5. But the Percy mug, tempting. Oh, is that a Zeus? Oh, that's cool. It's really fun to look at. I don't know if I need to buy it, but it says a cast and crew world premiere, like little statue. It's in French and English for The Hunchback of Notre Dame. I really like this Pocahontas, but I don't have anywhere to put that in my house. I do like those little plates, but I'm not sold on any of them. My grandma totally has a Mickey and Minnie sculpture like that. Those are cool. Aw, soap dishes.
Amy, right?
These are fun. They have all these different films. So far, Beauty and the Beast is cool. There's more down here. Oh, that hurts my knees. Yeah, I would say Beauty and the Beast. The Peter Pan one looks cool too, but once again, a knickknack I don't need, even if it's $10. These are very tempting because I could justify that for $40. I don't know the price point on these, but they're pretty cool. They look like they are maybe from the 90s. So probably not too bad. Look at the pirates. Oh, that's the 25th anniversary. Y'all, they have a Disney weddings and honeymoons booth. Showing off all the trends, taking my color palette from my wedding that I want. But this like circular thing with floral, very in right now. So cute. Okay, this may wrap up my day 2 at the expo. It's been a long one since we got here 11 o'clock last night, so I am gonna get some rest. It is hotter out today. Maybe I'll dip my feet in the pool or go to the pool. That sounds fun. But yeah, that's it for day 2.